I've had some really good blends, but I've had some really poo blends. I don't know that I've ever had any poo Taylor. I've definitely never had any poo.
Scott loves poo.
I've definitely never had any poo John J. Bowman.
Taking a back seat for now.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to Beyond the Barrel Bourbon. I'm Eric. That is Phil.
I'm Phil.
And we've got Todd back for episode 6.
That's Todd.
Episode 6 of Todd's famous bourbon briefcase. Most of you know the rules. It's I'm guessing 3. We got 3 bottles.
Got 3
of unknown origins.
Eric and I tip first.
We do tip first, so that Todd doesn't influence our tips. Other than that, what y'all got?
I'm assuming there's nothing to tell us, right?
That's why
3 bottles here, and I'm gonna give you guys no information.
No information.
That's why I asked.
Sometimes I give you a little something, you know.
Yeah, normally your something is I'm gonna give you nothing.
No, that's something.
Or it's whiskey.
That's a good tip.
That is a good tip.
That's a good tip.
How many tips?
Probably about 75.
We're gonna start with the color
My phone's ringing.
purple.
Okay.
All right, red.
Starting with purple.
Red.
Is your phone ringing?
My phone's ringing. Ooh, red smells
Could
good.
be important.
This guy's an idiot.
I love red.
It's tough when you're on the show with 2 idiots.
It's amazing when
100%
those
agree.
idiots sit on the same couch.
Man, it's
That
florally.
smells wheated.
Florally for sure.
I smell wheat. That smells very familiar. Just on the nose, I'm
Floral, maybe a hint of fruit here.
You're not getting bread on that?
I'm not getting too much bread.
It's all I'm getting is like toast, like toasted butter bread.
A little floral, a little fruit.
Toasted butter bread. Okay.
Oh wait, we got
Light fruit. I'm not drinking yet.
I am, because we're moving this along. Short form, brother. Short form.
We're gonna crush this video.
We're gonna crush it. We're gonna have the shortest Todd's famous bourbon briefcase episode
and
ever.
the best.
And the best. It's always getting better.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's right.
Phil
That's
ordered blinds.
This is for
my
sure
office.
the most prominent note I get on the nose is floral.
I get no floral. I get nothing but. We're on the same color, right? Blurple.
Yeah, this is almost unless somebody had like some sort of
Blurple.
soap on their hands when they touch this.
That is without question blurple. That's blue purple.
So you see what he did there?
Sure.
Exactly what he was told not to do.
Oh, what?
You guys don't listen, man.
What was I told
Neither
not
one
to
of
do?
you listen.
What was I told not to do?
No,
Use
we're
blurple.
sticking to the show theme here, man. Get off it.
That's what she said. Got him with that one. Got him.
Such a child.
Let's see here.
What you getting on the palate? You were getting nothing but toast on the nose. Buttered toast, you said.
I'm getting
I don't know.
like this toasted.
It's very reminiscent of a beam finish. I get a lot of nuttiness on the finish.
Interesting. Okay.
I get ethanol on the palate, and I get.
I am not
There it
getting
is.
that.
There's
When
that
I get
ethanol.
nuttiness on beam, it's generally peanut. I'm not getting peanut here.
But I could I could also be getting bread out of that too. So like
I could see
this
maybe a little bread.
I can almost guess.
There is a toasted note to this.
My only guess to this would be maybe an old elk wheated.
I get almost an almond kind of a.
I get that on the finish.
It's a
That's the
more.
nutty-
It's
I'm
a
not-
more.
Yeah, it's not peanut.
I'm
for
not
sure.
getting
It's not
peanut.
peanut.
But I also don't get.
It's almost like a toasted almond.
I don't get peanuts on Olive Beam though. I get nuttiness on Olive Beam, but not always peanuts. I get a lot of peanuts on Knob Creek.
like toasted almond, like almost immediately.
So the
That's
nose
like the
is
first note you get.
The nose is good. I like
Okay.
the nose. I'm
I
not
get
a
a little.
I'm not in love with the palate.
Okay.
A little bit of that floralness translates to the palate
Yeah, I'm not in love with the palate.
right after the initial like toasted almond.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a lot of ethanol
But there's a dark flavor.
on just
Man, I don't
just on the palate spike.
think
The
I
finish is
really
fine.
Getting ethanol.
Maybe Booker's, but I don't remember. There's only one Booker's I remember that had any of that. And again, I'm saying ethanol. It might be something different to somebody else. I'm not sure exactly. I call it ethanol, right?
I mean, yeah,
I like when I taste
hear you,
when I
but-
taste alcohol. That's what I relate.
Sure.
Okay, it's a little toasted almond followed by a little floralness here for me.
How many tips are you giving?
But that toasted note follows the palate to the finish.
Move on to gray. Much better. I actually think this nose is better.
Oh no!
This nose is fruity.
I got water on my notepad.
Very oaky also.
Yeah, I definitely get a little bit of oak on this one.
I get oak and fruit.
Oh, this is smelling way
This-
more
That's more your
speed here. Definitely get oak.
definitely getting oak.
There's a sweetness here though.
Are you getting fruit? I'm getting fruit, like a fruit out of it. Not.
More like a marshmallow to me.
I'm getting a little fruit out of it.
Like a marshmallow and oak.
I'm definitely getting some fruit, like a, you know what it kind of reminds me of is a fruit roll-up. You ever had one of those when you were a kid?
My
maybe last week?
I thought the smell of fruit
Oh,
roll-ups
I like this.
were better than the taste of them.
Well, yeah, because they kind of taste like plastic.
I like this.
So,
I like this a lot.
I smelled a
Okay.
lot of fruit roll-ups.
That
growing
is-
up. This doesn't smell like a fruit roll-up.
Dude, that sweetness is on the palate like unbelievable. I mean, that is
Got all
sweet
this
oak.
Water on my notepad. Dang it!
That is sweet oak, Phil.
That's what I'm saying. I'm smelling
No.
oak and marshmallow.
It's even sweeter on the palate. than
Literally sugar and oak.
that. It's even sweeter on the palate. Man, that
It's
is
sweeter than sugar.
Sweeter?
Interesting.
Yeah, it's like stevia.
Sweeter than
It's
marshmallows.
like stevia, man. Marshmallow. I don't always find marshmallows all that sweet.
I actually don't really know. Are marshmallows? I think they're kind of sweet.
They're
Right?
kind of sweet. I don't
I'm
get
not
a
a
ton
big
of.
marshmallow fan.
I'm not
so,
either.
Yeah.
I was expecting more oak on the palate.
I
based
get more
off the
sweetness
nose.
on the palate, but it's very good. I like
It's pretty
this.
sweet.
I get more
sweet.
fruit on the palate than I did on the nose.
Fruit. There's definitely some fruit there.
Kind of mid palate towards the finish.
It's not very
The
hot.
fruit kicks in.
It's not very hot.
No ethanol on this one?
No ethanol on this one
Okay.
at all.
So you like this one
I
better?
do like this one. I think, I mean, based on what I'm tasting right now, is I'd buy this one if I
Man,
saw
that-
it at what it's
okay, that
whatever it's
note-
supposed to cost.
That note was a little different there. That was a little.
Though it's got a decently long finish.
There's some root beer quality to it that I'm getting.
I agree.
Do you get licorice out of root beer? Like I kind
Kind
that's
of like the,
the
sassafras kind of.
Licorice to me is more pronounced than root beer is kind of.
It's like a-
licorice is at like the end of that tasting
Mm-hmm.
spectrum, and root beer is kind of more in the middle. You know, it's licorice can come off as kind of bitter sometimes. The root beer is still sweet, you know, but it's got that kind of some kind of herbalness to it that.
right.
Look at this glass.
Is dark.
No, I mean, look at all the. See all that?
Todd washed that one.
Man, it's got soap scum on
That's
it.
what I'm going
It's
with.
not soap; it's just water, man.
Nah, it's water scum.
I am not in love with the.
Ooh, Eric's gonna hate this one.
I'm not in love with this nose.
He's gonna hate this one.
Is he?
Oh yeah.
I don't like. I already don't like the nose.
It's dark.
Eric hates dark.
No, I like dark. I don't like
This is gonna be reminiscent of the Peerless Forum.
kind of. It's not as I don't know.
No, this one.
I'm getting a little bit of that woody smell, which I don't mind. There's just something. There's an undertone on it that I'm not.
There's like a
But I've had some of these that smell like that taste really good. So like I'm not judging it before I.
There you go.
So there's two types of things that tend to confuse me.
Let me get a little water too.
Because sometimes I'll get, like for instance, that what is it? The Westward you have. That's a single malt,
It is.
but
I mean,
it
that's-
also kind of smells
I get a ton of fruit on that.
wine finish to me.
That's such a unique bottle, though. You know.
This I'm getting a sort of wine finish on, like a wine nose.
This
I don't get wine.
This is smelling more along the lines of that single malty kind of
Yes.
Irish whiskey. Kinda.
Well, I say wine, but it's something almost. I don't want to say rum, but it's a sweetness. There's a sweetness to it.
It's an interesting nose for sure. It's interesting.
yeah, it's that
It's
that,
The nose is growing on me, a little bit.
It's that maltiness that I'm getting. Splashed in my eye. That's what she said.
Okay. I don't hate it.
Well, that's a shock.
I probably like this one more than the first one.
It's interesting for sure.
It's dark.
This one is interesting. It's pretty dark.
It tastes dark.
Man, this one drinks low proof. I don't get much.
I mean, sort of.
This one to me tastes lower proof than the other two.
I think. Well,
I don't love it.
And it is dark for sure.
I don't love it.
You know what I'm getting is like a lot of like I'm getting like raisins, like a figs,
Yeah.
raisins, kind of like a
I can get
plums maybe.
I can get raisins, but it tastes like toffee. Like it tastes. I'm getting some kind of very dark,
Yeah.
like a very dark
I could
taste.
see that. I could see toffee.
getting my high rye pencil shavings on this.
Are you?
Interesting.
I'm not getting that.
Yeah, I don't get that either.
I'm getting like a dark wood.
High rye pencil
like,
shavings.
I don't get much wood on this.
It's not like I'm not getting like that traditional oak taste.
Yeah, I get a little bit of wood on the nose, but I'm not really anything on the palate. Man, it tastes so raisiny to me.
Oh, yeah, that's pencil shavings for sure.
No.
For sure. I do get raisins on the finish. Okay, I have two at least. I have two
Well, now I'm getting
brand guesses for this
I'm getting
one.
a bunch of nuttiness on the back end of it.
That's what she said.
Whoa. Train agrees.
Yeah.
Hey,
Nuttiness.
But it might not be nuttiness. It's like
don't think I'm
it's
getting
a
nuttiness.
woodiness. It's a woodiness that I'm getting, but it's not. It's
pencil
not.
shavings.
It's not that. It's not. I'm not
Telling
getting.
you what you're tasting, man.
Phil's telling
Let
you.
me tell you what you're tasting. Just go with it.
It's definitely woody.
It's wood, but it's not like a dark,
It's not oak.
rich wood.
I'm not getting
no.
a ton of oak out of it.
Right, it's like a lighter woody taste, like a.
Now, see, not me. I'm getting a darker woody
And
taste.
this is like a spiced pencil.
This
shaving.
reminds me of.
Someone pour some Tonys on some pencil shavings.
I
It
get.
tastes like.
Okay, so I'm going to give you a hint. I don't know. It's not actually a hint, but when I had this most recently, I was getting pecan vibes
I get
from it.
pecan out of
And
this.
I think that might be what you're tasting.
That's and that
something
makes,
in that vein.
Well, and
you
that
know?
makes sense though, right? Because I'm saying woody, but I'm saying nutty at the same time.
It's
and
like
it's kind of
yeah. That earthy kind of a
Yeah, and that's kind of and I you know you say that
Pecan's a little richer
I definitely
to
get
me.
pecan.
A little,
Now that
I mean,
you
a little darker in flavor to me.
now that you mentioned
Think
it, I
I
get
nailed it for you?
yeah, that's definitely. I'm getting a ton of pecan on that now.
I'm getting less of that
pecan and raisins, man. That's what this is to me.
That-
It's like a rum cake that's got the nuts and maybe like a couple little cherries, you know, kind of fruity. That's what this.
definitely
this
get.
reminds me of.
I definitely get the raisins kicking in on the finish.
The finish has a fruit twist to it.
This one's very interesting.
It's interesting,
Very
and
interesting.
I don't dislike it.
It grows on you. It grows
yeah.
on you. It really does. I enjoy it quite a bit now after I've had 2 or 3 sips.
You know what it's starting to smell like?
Pencil shaving.
No.
No.
What everything starts to smell like on the second go around.
Corn.
No, man.
I don't
Come
know.
on, you know maple.
Maple.
You know
he
that.
always does say that.
He does say that. I forget. I don't
All right,
really
so
get
now
it,
I'm
though.
going back to blue now.
Okay.
I want to revisit.
It's purple.
It's blue.
okay, if you say so.
I'm gonna go to gray.
Are you?
I'm gonna go to gray. Holy moly!
I want to save that because I really like that one, so I want to see how it tastes after the red one.
Smell. But you already tasted it. Oh, after. Okay.
Yes, I'm gonna kind
Go.
of
Gotcha,
shift
gotcha,
back
gotcha.
I smell
around.
wine now.
On gray?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. I've got more fruit on this.
I
than
definitely
do.
I definitely
fruity.
smell fruit. I don't
It's
smell
fruit,
wine.
but not a wine. smell.
Don't you tell me what I'm smelling.
I see what I know what he's saying though.
It is fruity.
It almost
It's
smells
fruity.
champagne-y.
Because it's a fruit mixed with a
You
little
got, is that
hint,
gray?
Yeah,
So
gray.
tell me you don't smell like champagne with
a
that.
little
don't
hint of
smell
funk
champagne
to
with
it, and
that.
to me that's wine.
But now I'm starting to smell like maybe strawberries.
maybe a little maple.
I don't
Smell a
get
little maple, maybe.
No.
Go back to that. Smell a little maple.
I don't get maple at all.
No one's getting maple, man.
I'm getting
maple
a ton.
syrup.
I'm actually getting a ton of strawberry.
I'm still getting.
It's fruity.
I'm getting
still-
a ton of strawberry.
Still
on
getting
that.
that root beer note. That's the most pronounced note on it to me. Is that sassafrasy root beer note that hits mid palate.
It's definitely got a. You know what it reminds me of? Even more than a root beer. It's like a cherry Coke. I'm getting cherry Coke vibes off of this.
I'm not a fan of blue.
You don't like blue.
I don't
Okay.
like. It's the ethanol on the palate. I can't get past
Smelling
it.
a little more of that weediness now.
On the red one.
No, on the
I mean purple. If I'm guessing at that, I'm gonna guess it's Old Elk oat. Or I'm sorry, Old Elk wheated. If I had to guess at that. You know what?
I
You know
gave it
what?
to
You
it.
know what I taste on this right
Uh-oh.
on what?
now? On gray,
What?
No.
E.H. Taylor.
Oh, okay.
I'm getting a lot of trace sweetness on that now. I'm getting the apples, and I'm getting. That tastes like, dude. That might be either E.H. Taylor, or it might be Blanton's.
I'd be surprised if that was.
I wouldn't imagine he'd bring Taylor because we just had Taylor on a show recently.
Think I care what you guys do on this show without me? Do you?
I don't give a crap.
Don't give a crap.
Boy,
Okay.
It definitely.
I tell you what.
I'm getting a ton of trace on this now.
I'm loving this nose now.
I tell you what, the nose on red has
Facebook him
improved.
and stalk him.
Oh yeah,
He's a looker now.
He is a
You know?
looker.
it's true. It's true.
Man, this is my favorite nose.
This one is definitely
I don't
the
know
most
why.
interesting.
I don't know why
to
I
me.
say when you said your favorite nose, and I'm looking at the red glass, and I went to sniff the mic.
Nice. How does it smell?
Way better. Like the red actually smells. Way
Oh, I thought you were talking about the mic.
it smells like microphone. No,
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you, I'm starting to really like the nose. I didn't
mean-
like it at first, but the nose on this red has turned.
Red is the most interesting to me for sure.
So red's
Don't know if it's my favorite, but
Red's
it's the most
all. There's
interesting.
always one wild card. I feel like Red's the wild card.
Yeah,
It's gonna be the one that somebody would rank first and somebody would rank last.
I've got it second.
Okay.
This guy. Jesus.
I've got it second.
Marches
I mean,
to his own beat, man.
What do you want me to say, man?
That's
He
what
just
a
said
lot
it's
of
either
people
gonna be
do with the wild card. They're like,
Throw it in the
I
middle.
can't tell if I like it or I hate it, so I'm gonna throw it. Right
I don't hate it. I can tell you this for a fact. I don't hate it.
I can't tell if it's
Unless it's Peerless Double Oaked, and then I'm gonna eat my words.
glasses.
I'm gonna do
working
a
on
quick
it.
sip through and a tip here.
I'm leaning towards you with the Old Elk Wheated on purple, because I'm trying to think of. There's what I've noticed lately is a lot of the weeded bottles that I have. That breadiness is not the initial taste you get.
Well, from what I remember,
Like the Larcenies.
Yeah.
That's not. I mean, Makers.
You don't get a lot of. I don't get a lot of breadiness on
Right.
Makers.
But that Old Elk.
That Old
you
Elk,
do.
you do, and that's what I keep leaning towards. And I'm getting the ethanol on the palate, which leads me that usually indicates two things for me: MGP or Jim B or Knob Creek. That's dude.
That one, Gray.
Yeah.
It's that.
This guy's perplexed by Gray.
Oh, it's
That's
trace.
Eric's
No,
favorite.
it's trace. Now you know what that is. I know it. I know what it is.
He knows exactly what it is.
I know. It's either Taylor or John J. Bowman
He knows exactly what it is.
or Blanton's.
It's a bottle from Buffalo Trace's
It's
very
definitely
small
it's,
lineup
it's
of
de-
whiskeys.
No, it's definitely trace. I'm going Gray is number
What
one
I'm
for
trying
me.
to do is put together a theme in my head, and I just can't.
I didn't say there was a theme.
Hey, there might
I
not
know,
be a
but
theme.
I'm still trying to.
Todd's theme could be there's no theme.
Sometimes there's no theme, man.
Todd just says, "Shit, I'm running late. Let me throw some bottles in his bag." and
I
see what
actually
happens."
was running late,
It's just like
but I had it mapped out.
I'm getting a ton of like dark notes.
On which one?
On the red one.
Yes, red is
Because
definitely the darkest.
Red
of
is
these.
definitely my second place.
Okay.
High rye. I'm getting high rye.
I'm gonna say red. I'm gonna give it.
I'm not getting it on the nose.
Are we ready to tip?
I'm gonna say
I already
red.
started my tipping process.
Okay.
So
All right.
red. I'm gonna say 71 tips.
Okay.
I'm gonna say blue. Early 60s, 61, 62.
Early 60s? You mean low 60s?
Low 60s, yeah.
Okay. That's
Yeah, I'll
an
call it-
interesting way to say
I'm
that.
gonna call it low 60s. I'm not just to put a stamp on it. I'll say 61.
Okay. This
And
is this is your tips, man.
I'm putting my tips in.
Yeah.
61 now.
61.
61
And you had 71 to red.
and 71 to red.
Okay.
And man, I really
How deep he gets in that
I'm
glass.
a fan. Like
He loves it.
I'm a fan of this Buffalo Trace today.
Have you ever seen anyone put their nose so far in a glass?
Eric.
I mean, besides Eric. Have you ever seen anyone else do it?
I'm gonna give this, dude. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna give this.
I want you to be honest.
I'm gonna give this 80 tips.
80 on which one?
On Gray.
He's got. You got.
I
His,
like
he's
that.
got 3 tips in. You got him down.
I like that
I
sweetness.
sure do.
Okay.
I like that sweetness. Go ahead, Phil.
Man. Okay,
Here we go.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Do you have
I
a-
am going.
Do you have a ranking?
It's close between gray and red for me. I'm going 68 on blue.
Okay. Okay.
Blue's gonna be my last place. Just not feeling the weeded today.
Okay.
If that's not weeded, I'm gonna be pretty surprised.
Okay. What's your first place?
I think gray is gonna be my first place.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm liking that sassafrasy root beer note.
Sassafrasy.
I mean, none of these are in my wheelhouse as far as
Okay.
like I love it. And I gotta have
You
a bottle of it.
initially you said gray was in your wheelhouse.
You did.
The smell. I'm not picking up that oak note that I was getting on the nose.
Actually, I see.
It's
So
not translating
what's your
to the
tip
palate
score
for
on
me.
gray? Sorry, I interrupted you. Sidetracked you a little bit there.
Gray is gonna be 77.
I think Gray wins. Well, based on our two.
Yeah, you don't know what I'm gonna do.
I don't know what you're going to do. I think
Red. I mean,
I'm a
red.
leaning towards red, I think.
I'm a wild card, bro. You know, I'm a joker. You ever play
Well, I mean,
Deuces Wild?
It's
I'm
still.
a deuce.
I mean, gray might win because you gave it an 80.
Dude, it's
I'm
definitely
gonna give
Buffalo.
red a 76. I think it's
Okay.
good.
It's
I
definitely.
think it's good. I do. I like it.
You gave it
Um,
76?
Yeah.
He did, yeah. So he's got 68 for blue, 76 for red, and 77 for gray.
Okay.
And it's a clean sweep. We've all got the same rankings. I also have gray in first place.
What'd you give
I've
it?
got 79 for gray.
Damn,
79.
I've got 77 for red.
77.
And I've got 72 for blue.
We all love Buffalo Trace.
72
This guy is sure that gray
I'm
is Buffalo
sure that
Trace.
that's a
Cut
Buffalo Trace product.
for me to add.
Cut them up. Let's go. Pause. Actually, you know what? I've got to look. Watch this fancy thing we can do right here.
Do it. Do it now.
And now we can.
I don't know what that means.
Welcome back. Yeah, it's all good. We're not using a separate audio file, man.
It was
Remember
late.
what happened last time?
I don't have to sync audio anymore.
Yeah, but remember what happened last time?
No.
You told me that.
Phil wrote down red
and then,
breast
and
for
then
gray.
after that, you
Can you believe
clapped.
Oh, did
Eric?
What?
Phil wrote down red breast for gray.
Yeah, it's a red breast.
I'm not getting that.
I did write down red breast, man. The
I mean,
only
alright,
thing, the only thing I'm gonna say,
There's something different about red. That's all I'll say.
Red's the most. unique
It's
for sure.
definitely like
No,
it feels
this was for gray. He wrote red breast.
for Gray.
Yeah.
There's no way that's Buffalo Trace.
I've got two options
Sky
for
Shore.
first place. I mean, for third place, which is red. I mean, which is blue, with 201 tips.
Uh huh.
It's either weeded or wine finished. I think.
Okay.
I'm guessing it's MGP.
Okay.
Okay.
It's
Second-
Could be. It could theoretically be both.
It could be, but I'm gonna guess that it's a weeded MGP.
Second place. What you
Second
got?
place is red with 220.
What do you think about gray?
What do you get? Are you guessing Trace with me?
Gray's our first one.
How many
Gray's
tips?
first place, 236.
Damn, that's even
For Gray.
farther.
Man, yeah, I'm getting high right on that.
On what?
Is
On
there
the red?
no
Red.
theme? Is there no theme?
The theme is there's no theme.
Tell me what you think about gray, and I'll let you know what the theme is. There's the theme.
Is there?
Yeah.
Tastes root beer.
I get that.
So is that you think that's the theme? Root beer flavored whiskeys?
Really, the only one throwing me for a loop on the theme is red.
Uh-huh.
Just because I'm having I don't
What do you
typically
think
get.
talk to me about Gray. It's
What do
our
you want to
winner.
know about it?
What do you think about it? What do you think it could be? What do you?
I don't know.
You got nothing. Eric says Buffalo Trace.
I think it's Trace. I think, and I'm probably wildly wrong here, but I think it's Trace. And I'm
I don't. Be honest. I don't drink a lot of Buffalo Trace.
I'm not talking about Buffalo Trace
Guy
itself. I'm
hates
talking about a Buffalo Trace product. I'm thinking like an E.H. Taylor. I'm thinking Blanton's. I'm thinking, I mean, shit, it could be a Buffalo Trace store pick, but I don't know if y'all have that. So, I don't know. Only person I know that bought that was Triple J.
So
What's the theme? Here?
What's the theme,
What's
Todd?
the theme here?
these are all weeded bourbons.
Really?
3 weeders.
So this is Buffalo Trace. This is Weller.
Do any of them have rye in them?
I don't think so,
There's
man.
no way.
I don't
man.
think
Come
there's
on,
any
man.
rye.
That's pencil shavings.
That's,
You ready?
So I wonder if that's
Wait,
the
no.
Old Double
So okay, so then
This is Weller 107. That's what I'm going
would
with.
red be?
If they're all weeded, this is
in the
Trace.
would red be in the makers category?
No.
which is weird because
Dog it.
one of us called. Well, I said toffee on one of them, but I didn't get Maker's toffee out of that.
Man,
You think Makers has their own toffee?
No. Like
The only
Maker's
one
has
I-
a toffee flavor that I don't get from anything else.
the only one I get the weeded on is the
I get Old Elk.
purple. Now the only problem with, I would initially agree that Old Elk. I mean, I do have the sweet wheat, but I generally
Neither
get some
one.
sort of
None of this is sweet wheat.
like sugar cookie note on.
None of this is sweet wheat.
But
I know Barton. God, I hope there's no sweet wheat in there.
I'll stick to Old Elk on
Old Elk 107. Weller
You're trying to
107.
guess what bottles they are? Is that what you're doing right now? What are you doing?
Old Elk. No clue.
Uh-huh.
And
And no clue. Because
you're saying this isn't.
My inclination would have been that this would be like a Woodford Double Oak, but you said you don't have it. So
it's weeded, man.
Oh,
Woodford
Wheat,
Double
no,
Oak
not
is
double
not
oak, not
weeded.
double wheat. I was thinking the old maybe the old elk double wheat.
I thought you thought this was Old Elk.
Old elk weeded.
You think I put 2 Old Elk weeded products
I
in
don't see
here?
why not. You've
Okay.
got a weeder and a double.
None of
I'm
these
just
are
I just-
spicy enough
no,
to be a
thi-
larceny, huh?
No, none of them are spicy enough. I don't
You
taste
That
guys
it.
might
are
be a
lost.
larceny. No.
Actually, Eric's not lost. Eric, you did really well, man.
Congrats,
so
bud.
3rd place.
Is that the purple?
This is blue because there is no purple.
No, it's purple.
This is
When we started the
Old
show, I
Is
saw
that the store
purple.
Elk.
pick? Store pick?
No,
this
it's
is
double
Old
wheat.
Elk Double Wheat.
Okay.
So
I am surprised at how
This is
not good that tasted.
It's crazy
I
because
can't say not good.
I nailed it. I said it's MGP.
It won for
I
us
can
very
identify
recently.
MGP by the ethanol on the palate.
so this is a blend of Old Elk's weeded bourbon and Old Elk straight wheat whiskey. So this
Okay.
is like high, like a lot of wheat,
Pure
yeah,
bread.
a lot of wheat.
Okay, so which one of these is Weller?
Gray.
2nd place, the one you guys were absolutely stumped by.
I was stumped by
This is
red.
That's the red one.
That is red.
Holy
this
crap.
is red.
I would-
This,
Now,
Is it the Bourbon Fest?
this is the Bywater Bourbon Fest single barrel.
I would have never
This is
guessed.
a weeded bourbon.
Would not have guessed that.
To be fair, I've never tried it yet.
I don't know if I have either.
I wouldn't have guessed.
I
it.
did not get the MGP ethanol
So then
on
this one is
So,
This is Bywater 7.3 Distillery Bywater Bourbon weeded single barrel. This
What's the
was the
proof?
Bourbon
So-
Fest pick.
this
So
is gonna be.
proofs are all the same. This is in the one. They're all between 107 and 108.
that's what.
So our winner.
Our winner is
Antique
Weller 107.
Antique 107. Is
This
that,
is-
is that the
That's a
store
total
pick?
This is
wine
total
pick.
wine pick.
That
Yep.
is without
So-
question one of the best Antique 107s I've ever had.
Weller's gonna move on to
Yep.
the
Weller's
Weller
moving on.
Antique 107's gonna make the tourney.
Strong showing by old 7.3 Bywater.
And the crazy
Weeded.
part is, it's. I liked it, but I didn't love it. But it's different.
It's very unique.
It's so wildly
Very
different that
unique,
it's you know.
It's the wild card, man.
It was a wild card for sure. You know what? I'm impressed. I'm impressed that it did well. It did. I mean, it was 10 points, maybe 11 points off the Weller. I mean,
Something like that, yeah. But
Because I had bought a bottle, but
it blew away the double wheat.
it exploded in my car, and I had to put it in another bottle, and I didn't drink any of it. So that was the first time I tasted it.
well,
And
That's it.
that sounds like that's it. Well, so 107 moves on. So that's
107 the
that,
winner.
I think
Wait,
this
let's
107,
put
this particular 107, I think is going to do exceptionally well in the playoffs at the end, just because this
I
107 has always
you
been.
know what's going to do exceptionally well?
What?
What?
Found North.
I don't know.
We haven't
man.
had any Found North.
Highest ranked bottle on the show. Bro.
Oh,
I think-
between you guys. That wasn't in the briefcase. Y'all did that
No,
separately.
and I think it's gonna. And we're still trying to figure out a way to add wild cards into it too. So like, I think we're gonna do some kind of first round buy. We're gonna put 2 wild cards in, but give the 2 highest tipped out of the briefcase a first round buy.
Okay.
We're still
Yeah,
trying to figure
we'll
out.
figure it out,
Yeah, we're trying to
figure
figure
it
the
out,
logistics out
figure it
behind that. But anyway, y'all got anything else?
Weller 107.
Store pick 107.
Yep.
Total
Single
wine,
barrel
but
107.
Shout out to Total Wine.
Shout out
man.
to Total Wine. They did a great
Did a
job
good
with
job.
that.
lower the price.
Lower the price, please.
And put it on the shelf.
And
Really, that's the thing we need.
yeah,
They're not
stop giving it to Grand Reserve.
Lower
We
the
all
price.
want it.
Put it on the
Lower
shelf.
the price.
Y'all got anything else? Y'all good? I mean, we
I'm
ready
good.
to wrap this?
This is it, man.
Guys, thank you so
That's
much.
what
If,
she said.
if you're getting anything out of this, whether you are or not, go ahead and hit that like, comment, subscribe button.
Root
We
beer.
appreciate everybody that tunes in every week. And while we wait for him to ball up his piece of paper, we will catch you next week.
Good job, Eric.
Thank you, buddy.
That was a good lineup. You did
Great.
a good job on that one.
Great
He
job.
didn't-
Great job. Great. Thank you.
He didn't make the lineup. What are you talking
No, I
about?
mean as far as guessing.
Oh, okay.
Thank
He
you.
did. He
You
did
did
pretty
a good
good.
job.
I
He did pretty
appreciate
good.
that, guys. You know,
Credit
could-
where credit's due.
couldn't have done it without Todd.
That is
Um,
true. You couldn't have.
That's
All right,
a
guys.
fact.
We will catch y'all next week. Thanks
I
for
bought
tuning
the
in.
briefcase. That
I
wasn't even close.
bought the briefcase. That's important.
That's about for now.
He's
to poo.
bumping up the sophistication a little bit. You know, he's going straight. to
Bourbon
poo.
drinking's a
It's a
classy thing.
It is.
the bourbon.
And if it's not, I'd like to bring it to that threshold.
Well, maybe you should talk about poo more then.
Would you? I mean, I mean, I've never
Stumped him on that one.
I've never had any fecal matter Buffalo Trace. I mean,
What are you talking about, man?
poo,
Now
man.
you're-
I'm trying to think of
can't.
another word for poo.
I can't figure this
That sounds
out.
more sophisticated.